Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be reviewing the Smoke Sessions palette from Melt Cosmetics. This palette retails for $48 US and is currently sold out on their website, but will be restocking in around March. You get 8 shades. 2 are matte and 6 are shimmers / metallics. The color selection is really pretty. I have not seen any palettes do these types of blue-green shades, so I was excited for that, and that's pretty much why I picked up the palette. Let's talk about the pros first. The mattes are super pigmented and they blend really easily, which is surprising since they are pretty dark shadows. In the look I didn't use any other shadows except from this palette, and it blended beautifully. I think that they blended really good for pigmented darker matte shades. I also think that the price is good for the amount of shadow you get, and also because these are Melt Cosmetics shadows. I also appreciate that there is a mirror. I absolutely hate when palettes don't come with a mirror because then I have to use a different one. We're gonna go into the cons now. The very first con, which you guys can see, is this. It is messy. Like, this is the messiest palette I have ever owned, specifically because of these shimmer shades. The way that they are pressed, they're not pressed enough in my opinion. So some of them arrive almost broken, and as you can see, it gets all over the packaging. And the shadows themselves, you should use them wet if you don't want fallout. Because when you use them wet, they're beautiful and they're perfect, but if you use them dry, they're just kind of a mess. And they are pigmented, but they're definitely perfect when you use like Fix Plus or even just a water spray. The mattes also do have a bit of kickback and fallout, but nothing too crazy. Mainly it's just the shimmers that I have a problem with, which kind of sucks because that's like the main part of the palette, which goes into my next con, that there isn't another matte shade. I kind of wish that they would have done the same amount of shadows as the 27 and the Gemini palette, just so that we could have a few more matte shades, just so that the looks could be a little bit different from each other. But I do like the mattes that they included, and I can definitely see how the mattes would go with everything else. Plus, I mean, you can obviously bring in other palettes like the Gemini palette, 27, etc., which I will definitely do. Overall, I definitely enjoy this palette. If you end up buying this and you do have any problems with it, definitely contact their customer service, because I've never had an issue with their customer service. They're just super kind and super understanding if anything comes broken or messed up. But yeah, so overall, I do like this palette. Now, price-wise, I do think it's worth it as well because of the pigmentation of the shadows. But if you don't have the money, it's hard to say you don't need it, because I don't have any blue shades like the ones that are in this palette. So, and I really do like melted shadows. Like, I really love the metallics. You just have to use them wet, which if you don't like that, then obviously don't get them, but I don't mind. I think it's just personal preference, and I personally really do like this palette. I really like the look that I came up with. But yeah, I just really like how that look turned out. If you guys want a tutorial, let me know and I will do an eyeshadow tutorial with this. Currently on my eyes, I have the Lolito palette by Kat Von D, since I just filmed a get ready with me / review / tutorial sort of thing. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this review. If you have any questions, please comment them down below. Please also comment any videos you want me to do, and make sure you go follow my Instagram, Makeup by Tasha XO, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.